Hey guys, this is me and Ian, and I'm going to give you a Hancock movie review. Now, this video will contain major spoilers for the movie. Basically, you'll know what's going to happen if you go and see the movies in theaters. So, you probably shouldn't watch this if you don't want a really good movie ruined for you. So, the whole story of Hancock is there's a homeless, alcoholic superhero that basically has mental, trauma. He can't remember anything from the past 80 years of his life. He's immortal, so 80 years is to him is like 1 year to us, because he doesn't age. But the whole story is about how he sort of progresses into a superhero. And he basically, in the beginning, he wakes up, then he decides he wants to help out the people, so he goes and flies and tries to stop these guys who are shooting at the policemen. He runs into a sign and causes over $9 million of damage because he's basically drunk. And then the whole city basically hates him. So then the story of this public relations guy comes into play. And he's trying to get these major companies to donate to this thing that he calls All's Heart or something. And then they want them to give free medicine to people who really need it. And they're like, free? No. And they just sort of kick him out. So then Hancock meets up with him, and then they basically start talking. And Hancock, from the first time he meets the public relations guy, he meets public relations guy's wife. Now his wife and him look at each other, and you can tell they kind of have a special bond. But I'll get to that later in the movie. But anyway, so Hancock meets the guy, and then they start talking about how he can improve his image, and they want him to say good job to cops more, and then they want them to help the cops out more, and he doesn't need to break things when he lands or cuss or swear or all that stuff. So anyway, they find out that there's going to be being a prison warrant out to catch Hancock and put him in prison. So they decide that he should go to prison, and he does, and then the people start needing him. So he flies out. No, you can't go get a Pop-Tart.
You suck. I'll let you get
well,
a
anyway,
bagel.
So he flies out of the prison to get this basketball, and then so then they find out that the chief of police needs him to help come and solve this hostage crisis or whatever. So he goes in there, and then he saves them, and he doesn't break anything, and then he cuts off this guy's hand, and then that's basically the end of the hostage thing, and then everybody starts to like him again. But then you start to see that he's beginning to lose his powers, because he starts getting bruises and stuff. And then the major twist happens. You find out that him and the public relations guy's wife are actually two gods that have been alive for all of eternity. So him and her, they start fighting because she doesn't want her husband to know that she's a superhero. And then, and that they were meant to be together because they're built in pairs. So anyway, so he starts losing his powers. And then he goes, and the special effects in this movie were really good. I'll get more into that later. And he goes, and then starts getting in a fight with these guys, because these guys are robbing a liquor store. So he goes in there, and then the guy's like, alright, my Zagnut bar versus your gun. So he throws the Zagnut bar at the guy, then it knocks him 50 feet. But he gets shot twice, and then he's like, alright, well, here you go, to the store owner. But then he looks down and he's drenched in blood. So they race him to the hospital, and then the public relations guy's wife comes and tells him, well, you're going to start becoming immortal. Well, the guys that he caught in the hostage crisis had escaped from prison, and they'd find out that he's mortal, so they want to come kill him. So the farther that he gets away from the public relations guy's wife, the more invincible they both become. So he basically saves her, and then he goes and he beats the guys up, but then he gets shot a bunch of times. But then and his wife and the public relations guy's wife get shot a lot. But anyway, so then he just wakes up, then he flies out, and then that's basically the end of the movie. I thought I had a pretty good ending, but you'll have to see. Now, on to the special effects. They were really good. I mean, he looks really realistic when he's flying. The damage that can be seen to objects, that looks really realistic too. And his superpowers, you can kind of tell that he's invincible and that bullets just bounce off him. He can block missiles and stuff. He doesn't have any weaknesses except, well, that girl, except the public relation guy's wife. And then that's basically the whole movie. I know I might have like stuttered a little, but you need to see the movie. I didn't leave out anything.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. What did I leave out?
A lot more stuff about the wife and Hancock. About they were a husband and wife for forever until police came and chased them.
Oh yeah, and Hancock and public relations guy's wife in other ages were husband and wife and stuff. And then in the end, Hancock becomes a good superhero, and then everybody loves him, and that's basically the end of the movie. And I would give this movie a 10 out of 10, so you need to go see it.